Hello, this is a tutorial for students on how to log in and use Microsoft Teams. So you want to go ahead and find the Microsoft Teams app. It looks like this, and this is available on all of your devices. When you log in Friendship ISD, you log in with your first name, then a period, your last name, and then if your student ID, whatever, how many ever numbers it is, you are going to use the last two numbers. So if my student ID was 1234556, then I would type in the last two numbers and then the @ sign. Then what you want to do is put in friendship. Remember to spell it FRENSHIP, and then put a period again or a dot, and then NET for net. Remember, when you sign in, there are no spaces and you don't need to do capital letters. So you're going to know if you got your email correct if it comes up with the Friendship Independent School District and the logo at the top. And then, of course, you type in your password and then touch sign in. If your password doesn't work, ask one of your teachers to submit a help ticket to the IT department, and they will reset your password for you and let you know what your new password is. Once you log in, you will see the activity feed. At the bottom of the screen, there are 4 tabs: Activity, Chat, Teams, and Files, and in the top left is where you can access your settings. If you go through, the most important tab is the Teams tab, and I'm going to tap that right now, and this comes up with a list of all of the teams that I'm involved in. I can go and click on each class. Some of the teachers haven't done some stuff in there and some have. But you noticed in this team down here, test team number 1, General has a bold heading instead of just a regular font. So that means that something new happened. There's actually a 2 next to it. That's kind of nice, right? So this student is actually going to go into looking at some assignments. I need to turn in an assignment. So I can go to the actual specific team in the General tab. So once I'm in the General tab, this right here is a timeline of things that are happening, right? I can actually do a new post and start a new conversation and ask a question. And remember, this goes to the entire team and everybody can see it. This is like walking into your class and asking a question, right? Or I can see something that somebody said and I can actually reply to that specific thing. You want to think of this post area as posts like Instagram or like Facebook, not like a chat feature, right? This is posting to everything. So you can see some of the things going on in here. Now at the top, you can see that there's files, and this includes a couple files that are in this class right now, available to everyone. And then you're going to see something that says more. This is where you can find your assignments, right? You can look in class notebook and grades, and those might work, may or may not, for depending on the teacher. But if you look in assignments, this shows you everything for this class that you're trying to do right now. So now I have a lot of assignments in here. Okay, this is just the 10 days of the quick band assignments. So if I want to submit my day 3 assignment, I can just hit day 3, find that assignment, and it comes up with the directions, the instructions, right? At this point, I am in the class and I need to get my work done. So I'm going to add work. I can hit that add work button. You can actually create a new file, a new Word document or PowerPoint or Excel. You can do your stuff inside of Teams, which is really great. You might have to download the app depending on what device you're using. Or I can, of course, add a link. It's just adding maybe a website that my teacher wanted me to look at. If you look at the teams and you're trying to upload something from here, this is uploading something from one of your files. So probably avoid that for right now. You can attach things that are in your OneDrive, and this is really important because you have a ton of OneDrive storage. And so if you want to attach any kind of files, you can put them in here. So if something doesn't work to attach, that's the best place to do it. Or you can just upload from this device. So when you upload from this device, you can take a picture of your assignment, for instance. So I have just a square on my desk right now. I'm going to pretend like this is a worksheet, and I'm going to take a picture of that. I'm going to use that photo. And now it's going to add it. You notice that little status thing went across underneath image. depending on your internet connection, wait for that to finish before you do anything else because it's uploading, right? It's got to go to space, so give it a second, right? You can add more work if you wanted to add more pages or whatever your teacher asks you to do. Okay, so now at this point, we have our work, we're in the classroom, we're ready to go. We're not done yet. We have to hit turn in. So once I hit turn in, now it's going to come up with this cool graphic that's always so fun. Oh, look, it's a sloth this time. Okay, so now it's turned in. Oh no, I messed up. Well, you can undo turn in, you can turn in something else. So now my teacher has actually ended up grading my work, and you can see that a notification popped up on the top. You can always tap that just like a notification. That goes into your activity, or you can, of course, find that specific assignment. Once you go back to assignments, you notice it's taken out of assigned, and it got put in completed because I did complete this assignment. I'm going to go to day 3. And check this out. And there we go. My teacher said, good work. Why don't you look at question number 3 again? Okay. So now what I can do is take this image out or just add more work. You can do all of that and then turn in again. Now, what if my teacher just said, great work, and didn't say anything that they needed me to redo it? A lot of students see that turn in again button at top and they keep on turning in work. What's happening there is your teacher is getting the work, they grade it, and then they return it to you. When they return it to you, if the teacher says in your feedback you need to do it again, then you need to turn it in again. If they don't say to do it again, you don't need to hit turn in again. You got the points, and they're good. In this case, there's no points for this assignment, but in the future, you may see points coming in. So that's how you upload an assignment. Another great feature of this is if I go back using the back button, I can look at the chat tab. Now here, I can actually chat with any of my teachers. So right here, I have a conversation started with Mr. Beal. So here, I asked him, do you need help or can I have help on my homework? And then the teacher came back, what do you need? And then I'm going to say, I didn't understand question 3. And let's send. Okay. And then, okay, let's work on it together. Right? So right there, you have the ability to chat and ask your teacher specific questions. It's really handy, especially during this time. You can find all of that there. Also, if you go to the files area, this is a convenient place for you to see all of your files, maybe in your OneDrive if it's set up that way, right? That's a general overview of how you use Teams. One thing you want to really look at is go ahead and check out your settings in the upper left-hand corner. And then what you're going to do is look at notifications. It's the little bell icon. You can tap notifications there. And what you want to do is you can go through and check out some of these things, but look at the very top thing. It says quiet hours. You can go ahead and set quiet hours, daily quiet hours. For me, it's from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and not on the weekend. So you maybe want to get notifications from Mr. Beal or whoever your teacher is on specific days or whatnot, but maybe at 10 o'clock at night, you don't want to accidentally get some message from somebody. So if you set this, quiet hours means from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., I'm not going to get notifications on this. Most of your teachers have that set up, so that's going to be really handy. Now, don't confuse that with notifications within a team. So if I go into this specific team, there is a bell icon at the top right. That is just for this specific group. So if you have a group that you don't want to see all the chats from, you can mute it, right? And you can always go back and see what's going on in your activity.